and gentlemen, to another sports presentation of Video on the Go Sports. Hi everybody, I'm Rob Tadero along with Doug Basile and Alan Friedman. Today we're on Smithfield B in a game between the Budweiser Belles and the Raybestos Brakettes.
Well, it should be a good matchup. We have two fine pitchers going against each other today. The first pitcher is for Connecticut, the pitcher will be Barbara Rinalda, and she's supposed to be one of the fastest pitchers in the world. On the side for the Budweiser Belles, the pitcher is Kathy Neal. The lineups, first for the Brakettes. Leading off, the designated hitter is Jackie Goa. Batting second, the right fielder, Mary Schneider. Hitting third and playing left field is Chris DiNotto. Batting in the cleanup spot in center field is Pat Dufisi. Sue Cragseth will be catching and hitting fifth. Missy Mapes hitting sixth. She will be at third base. The first baseman bats seventh, that's Diane Schumacher. Allison Rowe is at second base, she hits eighth. Ginny Walsh bats ninth, playing shortstop. And the pitcher is, as I mentioned earlier, Barbara Rinalda.
So Jackie Goa will lead it off for the Brakettes. Takes a strike on the first pitch by Kathy Neal. And the 0-1 pitch by Neal. Swinging a high foul pop-up. And it's out of play.
Well, that ball was close to being caught, came over near the Connecticut bench, and now Goa is in the hole, no balls and two strikes.
And the 0-2 pitch. Little number to Ferrari at third. She throws over to first in time for the first out of the inning.
That was a check swing. Almost looked like she didn't mean to hit that ball, but she did. Got it in fair territory, and there's one out.
Now batting right fielder number 3, Mary Schneider.
Mary Schneider up now for Connecticut.
Come on.
And she hits a base hit down the left field line. She rounds first, thinks about going to second. She's going in there to throw, will not be in time.
Heads up base running that time. She didn't hit the ball hard, a little looper into left field. And she saw that she had a chance to make second base. She gambled and she made it. So now with one person out, there is a runner at second base.
Looks like the outfield is in pretty much, Doug.
Yes, they are playing in. I don't know if that's to prevent against the runner on second scoring on a single, but they do look like they have drawn in.
Pitch high and inside to Chris DiNotto.
The first baseman for the Belles is way in. Of course, she has no runner to hold on, but she is looking maybe for a bunt.
Pitch low for ball two.
Neal behind the batter, 2 balls and no strikes. Runner on second base and one out.
First baseman is Lisa Wall, third baseman Joanne Ferrari. Swing and a miss.
That was a good pitch. 2-1.
And the 2-1 pitch by Kathy Neal. Fouled back to the screen.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
Doesn't look like she has an overpowering windup. She kind of like just lays it in there. Maybe it's an off-speed type of pitch.
Yeah, really, I don't know if she's throwing her fastball this early in the game or not, but she doesn't seem to be too overpowering right now.
And the 2-2 pitch to Chris DiNotto. Swing and a miss. She struck her out. High fastball.
Yes, another one, and that is 2 swings and misses in a row, 2 outs, and a runner on second base.
First strikeout of the game for Kathy Neal. That'll bring up the cleanup hitter. Pat Tufisi, the batter. Is this the first right-handed batter we've seen?
Yes, it is. The first three batters came from the left side of the plate. Gore, Schneider, and Denoto.
So 2 outs, a runner at second base, swing and a miss. Made her look bad on that pitch.
Yeah, she did. She fooled her. The pitch didn't seem to be in the strike zone, but she went after it anyway.
And it's popped in the shallow center. Venus Jennings calls for it and makes the catch for the final out of the inning. So no runs, but a double by Mary Schneider. And a runner left on in the score after a half inning is the Connecticut Brakettes. Rather, the Raybestos Brakettes, nothing, and the Budweiser Belles coming to bat.
As you can see, the Budweiser Belles pitcher isn't that overpowering. She just has beautiful control of every pitch, and she can put it wherever she wants to. And that's the key to her success.
She got ahead of the first couple of hitters she faced, Kathy Neal. But one batter that she did get behind, she came back to strike her out anyway. So we go to the bottom of the first inning, and the first three batters for the Budweiser Belles. Here's Rob to tell you about it.
The leadoff batter will be Robin Egerter. Liz O'Connor will be batting second. Venus Jennings will hit in the third spot. Batting cleanup will be Lisa Wall. Batting fifth, Kathy Neal. Joanne Ferrari will follow her. Then Luann Ferenczi, Donna Griffin, Sherry Popowski, and Pat DeLucia. And Robin Egerter takes a strike. And the 0-2 pitch, low for a ball. Swinging a foul back over the cage. Doug mentioned earlier that pitcher right now, Barbara Ronaldo, is the fastest pitcher in the world. She's not, but she is pretty fast though still, Doug.
Yeah, she is very fast.
And Robin Egerter with a base hit up the middle. And you don't see many hits in these games, but we've had 2 so far.
Yeah, a leadoff hit, and now the Budweiser Belles could stage a rally.
Liz O'Connor up now with nobody out, runner at first base. Squares the bunt.
I don't think the Brakettes pitcher is the fastest in the world. I think they're saving their best pitcher for the second game of this doubleheader, although we're only covering the first game.
And everybody's safe. The bunt by Liz O'Connor is bunted in the air. Dropped by the pitcher, Barbara Ronaldo. She threw over to first, but Liz O'Connor beat it out. And now there's runners at first and second with nobody out.
That was a good base running play by Liz O'Connor. Her job was to sacrifice the runner to second. She didn't really see they were having trouble, but she ran it out the whole way, and she beats it out. So now there's runners on first and second and nobody out.
That'll bring up Venus Jennings. Back to the pitcher, over to third for one. And they might have had two if third baseman didn't lose the handle on the ball.
That's a play you don't see too often. Usually when a ball is hit back to the pitcher in a situation like that, runners on first and second and nobody out, they'll go for the play at second base, but this really is a smarter play because they get the lead runner at third.
Lisa Wall up now with runners at first and second with one out.
No score. We're in the bottom of the first inning.
Grounder in the hole and out in the left field for a base hit. Robin Egger comes around third and she is out. Trying to score.
That was a strong throw by a left fielder. She charged that ball that was hit on the ground through the hole into left field. The left fielder charged that ball, made a strong throw to the plate, and they nailed the runner coming home, so now there's two outs.
I think if Robin Egger wasn't ailing with a bad leg, as you can see the way she was running, she might have had it.
Yes, you notice the brace on her right thigh. She is ailing, and the play was very close. I thought she had it made, but apparently not.
That'll bring up Kathy Neal with two outs and runners at second and third. She takes a pitch high and outside.
All right.
I personally like to see a replay of the last play at home. It was very close. It was a beautiful slide by the runner coming home. She stood away from the tag, and it's possible she did hit home before she was tagged.
From this angle, it looked like she was out. She tried to slide around the tag, but in doing so, she also slid around the plate, and she was tagged out.
Good point, Doug.
Thank you, Rob.
But she was tagged on the waist, which means she could have got underneath the tag. So it was a close call.
Swing and a miss. And the 1-1 pitched. Kathy Neal, check swing. And the 1-2 pitch by Barbara Rinaldi. Low for ball two.
Thrown a lot of pitches in the first inning. There's been a couple of hits. There's still runners on, and she's been working up counts of 2-2, 3-2 on just about every batter she's faced.
High fly ball. Shallow center. Caught for out number 3. So the Belles threaten, but are out scoreless in the bottom half of the first.
Yes, the Belles squandered an opportunity to score that time. They had one runner thrown out at the plate, and they stranded two in scoring position. So we go to the second inning with no score, and this should be a tight pitcher's duel.
Well, anything can happen. The outfielders are playing very shallow in this game, and you hit one fly ball over their head, you could start a pretty big rally going, especially if you have men on base.
We earlier mentioned that the outfielders were playing in, and as Al said, both teams have their outfielders playing in with a runner in scoring position, and it paid off for the Brakettes.
Leading off for Raybestos in the second inning, the catcher, number 12, Sue Cragset.
Sue Cragset to lead it off for the Brakettes here in the top of the second inning.
Sue made the tag on that play at the plate in the last half inning. She leads off here in the second. Kathy Neal starting her second inning of work. She got through the first inning, yielded a double with one out, but the Belles played good ball and stranded the runner at second.
Pitch is popped up over near the left field line, and a good catch by shortstop Pat DeLucia.
Yeah, she went back going over towards the left field line and Halton in, almost overran the ball, but she did reach back to make the play. It's twilight time here at Smithfield, and it's easy to lose ball, pop up right into the sun.
So with one out and nobody on, that'll bring up Missy Mapes. And the pitch by Kathy Neal, high for a ball.
Missy just a nickname, she likes to be called that. I was not informed of her real name, otherwise I would give it to her.
Chopper to third, or short rather, to throw over to first in time for the out, second out of the inning.
That play goes 6-3 if you're scoring, and there's 2 outs, nobody on.
Diane Schumacher.
Diane Shoemaker is the batter now. Big right-hander stepping in.
Catches the outside corner, count 0-1.
The Brakettes previously played in the finals last year of the nation. They lost, they were upset, but they are the favorite to win this year.
Long drive in the deep center field, gets over the head of Venus Jennings. Diane Shoemaker might have had a chance to get into third base there. She settles for a double.
Yes, the outfielders got the ball in very quickly. It would have been a close play at third, but in a scoreless game this early, you don't want to take any chances because you could still, you're still in scoring position at second or third.
I'll bring up Allison Rowe, spelled R-I-O-U-X. Off-speed pitch, count 2-0. And the pitch. Catches the outside corner to count 2 balls and 1 strike to Allison Rowe.
Neal trying to get out of the inning untouched. 2 out double that time.
Swinging a foul back to the screen. That evens the count up at 2-2.
Neal also has thrown a lot of pitches in this inning. She got 2 quick outs, gave up a rather long double to right center, which almost could have passed for a triple. And now she's worked up a 2-2 count on Rowe.
And the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. She struck her out.
That's the second strikeout for Neal. So we go to the bottom of the second inning, no score. In the inning, there were no runs on 1 hit. That was the double into right center field. 1 left. Again, the Belles giving up a double and holding on to strand that runner at second base. So the Belles having good pitching, playing good defense, and the Belles, they had runners on base in the first inning, and they almost had a runner to the plate. Let's see if they can score in the second.
Leading off for the Budweiser Belles will be Joanne Ferrari.
Joanne Ferrari, a 1981 All-State softball player from Parsippany Hills High School. She's a leading candidate to reclaim that position on the 1982 All-State team.
Well, Joanne, of course, popular figure in many eyes in North Jersey. She injured her knee. If you're watching, you see the brace on her right knee. She tore ligaments in that playing basketball during the off season, and she played the Parsippany Hills softball season hampered with it. And now she's here. She was scheduled to have surgery. Whether she had it or not, I don't know.
Pitch low for a ball. Ferrari went undefeated pitching this season for the Vikings and also last season. Of course, the whole Viking squad was undefeated last year.
Vikings almost made it 2 in a row if it wasn't for a tough loss to Parsippany, their crosstown rivals.
There's a drive hit into left center. And a fine running catch by the center fielder, Pat DeFisi.
Yes, she ran out. The left fielder and the center fielder were both converging on that ball. And whenever a ball is hit towards the alley, it's the center fielder's job. It's the center fielder's job to call off the left fielder or the right fielder and make the play. That time she made a fine running backhanded catch, and there are 2 outs.
That'll bring up Luann Ferenczi. She takes a strike on the first pitch.
Excuse me, make that 1 out.
Line drive hit into the right field, but the catch is made by the right fielder, Mary Schneider.
That ball was hit right to Schneider. She barely had to move, and the ball came right into her glove. She made the catch.
Now batting the right fielder, number 16, Donna Griffin.
So the last 4 balls by the Belles have been hit pretty good, as this one's popped up and caught for the final out.
As I was saying before we changed tape there very long ago, in the first inning the Belles had runners on the base paths. They had a runner thrown out at the plate. They left runners on second and third. Came very close to scoring, made the pitcher throw a lot of pitches. In the second they went down quietly, 1, 2, 3.
High fly ball in the deep left field. The catch is made by Robin Egeter.
That ball was hit, she pulled that ball down the left field line, and the left fielder just came over a few strides, came in a little bit, and made the catch. So there's 1 out.
Jackie Gore, the leadoff hitter, is up now with 1 out.
Jackie grounded out to third base in the first inning. Left-handed batter.
Over to second, the first in time for the out. 2 down.
That's the second time Gore has grounded out. Neal getting through this inning pretty quick. She got the first batter, didn't throw too many pitches, got her to line out to left field, and now she got a little ground ball. And the batter is the right fielder, Mary Schneider, who doubled it in the first inning. Really looked more like a single, but she stretched into a double.
Count 0-1 to Schneider. Low for a ball, 1-1. And the pitch by Neal. Grounded to short. In time to first base. Looked like Lisa Wall might have come off there, but she got back on in time.
Yeah, she did. The throw was a little bit high, but she stayed on the bag and pulled it in for the out. Pretty good speed displayed by Mary Schneider as she came down the line on a soft hit ground ball and made the play close at first base.
Pitch was a changeup, and she did hit the ball pretty well, and she just got over the ball a little bit too much.
The Brakettes, or rather the Belles, went down 1, 2, 3 in the, right, the Brakettes. They went down 1, 2, 3 in the top of the third. We're still in a scoreless ball game, and the Budweiser Belles coming up to the plate.
Count 2-0 to Sherry Popowski. Low for ball 3.
Fell behind 3-0. Let's see if they have her hitting away. She's the 9th batter in the order. I put all my money down that she won't be swinging at this pitch.
Ball 4.
I win.
Now batting the left fielder,
Nobody
number
accepted.
6, Robin Eggeter.
That's too bad. I'm kind of low on money right now. Not really. I'm doing okay.
Top of the order now, Robin Eggeter. She singled to lead off the game, for the Belles, that is, back in the first inning. Nobody out, runner at first base. Tries to bunt it. And she popped it up into foul territory and out of play.
Looked like they had a bunt and run on there for a minute. The ball was popped up. I don't know if the runner at first base was bluffing a run to second base to try and draw a bad throw, or if they had hit and run on.
Tries to bunt again. Pretty good one. And the sacrifice worked.
The runner at first got a good jump that time. First baseman was crawling right up the back of the batter and came in, took the sacrifice, faked the throw towards second, and threw it to first. So there's 1 out and 1 on here in the bottom of the third. Still no score.
Liz O'Connor, the batter. She reached on an error back in the first inning. Pitch high for a ball. Sherry Popowski, the runner at second base. She walked and was sacrificed over to second. And the 1-0 pitch. Bunted again. And just rolls into foul territory. I think that was for a base hit there.
I'm not sure. I would think it was for a base hit because
The reason being, excuse me, Doug, is because the third baseman playing much farther back than she would normally play.
Yes, you're right. I don't think they'd try 2 sacrifices in a row. I know they're trying to scratch out a run, but I don't think they would bunt 2 in a row.
Pitch low. And the 2-1 pitch by Barbara Ronaldo. Tried to bunt it again. It hit the bat a second time while she was still in the batter's box.
Yes, had she come out of the batter's box, she would have been called out. But anytime the ball hits you or the bat after you've hit it for the first time, if you're in the batter's box, well, not the bat, but if it hits you and you're in the batter's box, you're okay. It's a foul ball. But if it hits you when you're out, you're gone.
Grounded to short. Throw over to first. In time. The throw was a little wide, and good play by Diane Shoemaker at first to keep it from coming in our direction.
Yeah, it looked like Shoemaker was almost off the bag, but she did make a very good catch, and she did stay on the bag long enough to make the play. That ball was hit right towards the middle, and the runner had to go back to second base.
As you can see on the play, it was a wide throw, and the first baseman had to stretch for it. And apparently, the umpires had a conference and they decided that the first baseman was pulled off the bag, so they ruled the play safe.
Told you.
Hey, I said it, not you.
So there's runners at first and second. That brings up Venus Jennings. Jennings in a similar position in the first inning with runners at first and second. She hit into a fielder's choice. Let's see if she can make amends for that now and possibly drive in a run. It's a grounded foul.
You get her, 18, you get her!
Slow grounder to first. Quick play by Barbara Ronaldo. The pitcher picked up the ball, tagged Venus Jennings as she was going by, and quick looked over to third to see if Sherry Popowski was going any farther than she was.
That was quick thinking. The ball came right up the line, and Jennings was right there when she picked up the ball, made the tag, and she had no other play. So now there's 2 outs and runners on second and third.
Pitch low for a ball. Play went 1 unassisted if you were scoring.
All the Belles need now is a base hit. There'll be a short 1 run, and they'll probably, with 2 outs, try to score the runner from second.
In the first inning, they tried to score a runner from second, and on a very close play at the plate, the runner was tagged out.
Lisa Walls, the batter. She singled back in the first inning. Takes a strike on that pitch. Count 2 balls and 1 strike. Shallow fly in the right field, and a catch is made, so another threat by the Belles goes down the drain.
Yes, they've now stranded 4 runners in 3 innings. You have to bring those runners home in a tight game like this. It's billed as a pitcher's duel. The Belles have had the runners on, but they just haven't been able to bring them home as of yet.
Well, if you look on the positive side of things, they are getting runners on base, and all they have to do is get the clutch base hit, and they'll get a pretty good lead. The pitcher is pitching a good game, so if they get a lead right now, there's a good chance that they'll hold them.
That's right. Neil is pitching a good game, and the Belles just lack the timely hitting as well. If you have the hits at the right time, they would be ahead 4-0. But right now, they just haven't been able to get the timely hitting, and we're still in a scoreless game. Neil is pitching a very good game, though, only yielding 2 hits, both doubles.
Play to Riverdale. Regal. Oh, that's Friday also. 9 o'clock. Budweiser Belles. Play to Riverdale. Regal. More details later. Leading off for Raybestos, the left fielder, number 10, Chris Denoto.
Now to bring up Chris Denoto for the Brakettes here in the top of the 4th inning of a scoreless game.
Denoto is the 3rd batter in the lineup. The first 3 batters on the Brakettes lineup are all left-handed.
The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Count 1-1 now.
The Brakettes seem to have good speed on the 1, 2, and 3 spots in their lineup. All left-handed batters have that extra step down the line to first base, and that gives them a little bit of an advantage.
Count 2-1 now to Chris Denoto. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
Neil has looked good so far. She has struck out 2, both to end innings.
2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. She struck her out. Her strikeouts seem to be high pitches that the Brakettes batters are going at.
I don't know if they appear to be in the strike zone and they're just high, or if they break up high. But in any case, the pitches that she has gotten her batters on have been high, and they swung right under the pitch all 3 times.
I guess that'd be known as the riser that they throw.
Yes, the ball rises up out of the strike zone.
Pat DeFisi, the batter. Swing and a miss. Boy, she made her look bad on that one, Doug.
Yeah, she did. She really fooled her with that pitch. The pitch seemed to tail away outside, and she started swinging at it. She saw she was going to be fooled. She couldn't stop the bat, and just a lazy swing. She's in the hole, 2 strikes.
Check swing, slow roller. Lisa Wall puts the tag on. 2 down.
Lisa Wall charged that ball from first base, came right in, picked up the slow
Now
roller,
batting the catcher,
and
number 12,
tagged the
Sue
runner going to
Craigset.
first. She could have turned around and threw the ball, but it's always safer to just tag the runner when she's running by. So now there's 2 outs and nobody on.
Good catch by the shortstop on a line out.
That ball was hit pretty hard, and a fine catch by the Belles shortstop. So now we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, still with no score. The Belles have had good chances to score. In the 1st inning, they stranded runners at 2nd and 3rd. In the 2nd inning, they went down 1, 2, 3. But then in the 3rd, they stranded runners again, this time at first base and second base. So they've had 4 left on base. They've had their share of hits. In contrast, the Brakettes have only had 2 hits, both doubles.
On Saturday, July 10th.
The Belles have some tournaments this year. They have a tournament in Allentown, Pennsylvania, which starts Friday, June 18th until Sunday, June 20th.
All at Smithfield in Parsippany.
I guess that's past 3. All right, well, they have a state tournament, which starts July 9th, Friday, July 9th,
Kathy Neal.
and runs through Sunday, July 11th. The regionals start on Friday, July 30th and go to Sunday, August 1st. The regionals are in Buffalo, New York. And the national tournament in Binghamton, New York starts Friday, August 13th and runs through Friday, August 20th.
The count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Kathy Neal, the pitcher at the plate, pitching a fine game, and in her first at bat, she flied out to center field.
Hard grounder back to the mound. Ronaldo throws over to first in time for the first out of the inning.
She hit that ball pretty hard on the ground. Nice stop by the pitcher Ronaldo, and a throw over to first base. So now there's 1 out.
That'll bring up Joanne Ferrari. Ferrari flied to center in the 2nd inning. Takes a pitch low and outside for ball 1.
Joanne hits the ball well. Of course, we talked about earlier the damage to her right knee. In high school ball, she's allowed to be pinch ran for. I'm not sure about the rules in this league.
Swings at a high one, and she fouls over the crowd. Pretty big crowd here. There usually is here at Smithfield for the Belles games.
Yeah, the Belles do draw a big crowd. They are very popular, publicized a great deal, and well, in a couple of papers at least. There's a ball bounce to third and a throw over to first, 2 outs.
Not many balls being hit in the outfield. It looks like they're jumping on a pitch and they're way ahead, and all they're doing is they're hitting weak ground balls to the left side of the infield.
Luann Ferenczi, the batter, fly to right her last time up.
There are a lot of ground balls being hit. A lot of times that's a result of the pitchers keeping the ball low. The Brakettes pitcher has been keeping the ball low, but Neal has been really overpowering the hitters, striking them out. But the Belles have been hitting a lot of ground balls.
Bunt by Ferenczi to throw to first is in time. So the first time the Belles have gone up, well, I was going to say the first time 3 up, 3 down, but they did back in the 2nd. We'll score after 4 complete. There's the Belles nothing and the Brakettes nothing.
This is a very tight game. 0-0. We start the top of the 5th inning. Of course, we're scheduled for 7, but you never know when you have 2 pitchers going at it like this. Neal has been the better pitcher. She's only given up 2 hits. They've both been doubles. One was more of a single type of hit, which was stretched into a double. The other one was a shot to right center over a drawn-in outfield. So Neal has looked good so far. She has struck out 3, and she has not walked anybody.
That'll bring up Missy Mapes to lead off the top of the 5th inning for the Raybestos Brakettes, team from Connecticut.
Raybestos, playing third base, number 14, Missy Mapes.
Missy takes the ball. Count 1 ball, no strikes. Takes a pitch low, 2-0. Good pitch, count 2-1.
Neal has been working on the corners. She's missed a couple of times, but she still hasn't walked anybody. And she's working the outside and inside corner.
Pitch low, 3-1. She has not walked the batter thus far in the game. Barbara Ronaldo has walked 1.
She's in jeopardy of walking her first one here, and there it is. So ball 4, runner goes down to first, and that is the first leadoff person to get on base.
Now batting from first
For the
base,
Brakettes.
17, Diane Schumacher.
We'll bring up Diane Shoemaker. She has one of the doubles off of Kathy Neal in the game.
Hers was the one that was hit better of the 2. She drove it into the right center field alley.
And a double play. Good, the runner ran into the shortstop Liz O'Connor.
That was very bad base running. She might have been running with the pitch, I'm not sure, but she just kept running when the ball was caught. She finally collided with somebody. But finally she turned around, came back, but it was too late.
It's better off that she didn't run into Liz O'Connor, the second baseman, because if she had, the play would have been dead, and they only would have gotten 1 out on the play. The runner that was going would have just went back to first base.
Well, that last play was a ground ball, a shortstop, a routine play, and the inning's over. So we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. We're ready for the bottom of the 5th inning, scoreless tie, and for the play-by-play, here's Rob Tadero.
Thank you, Doug. We go into the bottom of the 5th, scoreless game. Donna Griffin leading off for the Bells. High chopper to short, throw over to first in time.
Almost looked like she was going to beat that one out. She didn't hit the ball hard, but she hit down on the ball. It bounced up to the shortstop, and a fine charge and throw by a shortstop to throw her out. One out.
That'll bring up the DH, Sherry Popowski. She got on in the 3rd inning via a walk. The only one of the game for Barbara Ronaldo. Fouls one into the stands.
Actually, that one landed in the parking lot, over the stands.
Slow grounder back to the mound. And the throw to first is in time for 2 quick outs. separately, but the last.
Both teams are well disciplined. They're not making. Actually, I don't think there's been one mistake made except for a wide throw to first base.
You're right, Al. They have been playing great defensive ball, including that play at the plate. They haven't made any errors except the one you mentioned.
Now batting the left fielder, number 6, Robin Eggeter.
Robin Eggeter batting now with 2 outs, nobody on. She takes a pitch low. Good changeup, hit foul.
That ball was inside. She got around on it and pulled it foul down the left field line. Count goes 1 ball and 2 strikes.
A fast pitcher like Ronaldo take a quick step. If she throws an off-speed pitch, she's got to retrack and get back to it. Grounded to short before the final out of the inning by Robin Eggeter. After 5, game still scoreless between the Budweiser Belles and the Raybestos Brakettes.
That's 7 in a row now for the Brakettes pitcher. Go to the top of the 6th inning, still scoreless.
2 fine coaches in this game, both with Brakettes and Budweiser Belles. Budweiser Belles coach Jack Mott has also had many great moments as a head baseball coach for 2 high schools, Parsippany High School and the crosstown rival Parsippany Hills High School. He has had a few state championship teams in baseball and has coached many major leaguers. Excuse me. I'm sure I'm dumb.
Shortstop, number 6,
Such
Jimmy
as
Walsh.
Paul Mirabella, Richie Zisk.
Both products of Parsippany. Paul Marabella, now I believe with Texas Rangers. Is that right, Rob?
That's right, Doug.
And Richie Zisk with the Seattle Mariners.
Richie Zisk doing a fine job.
Richie Zisk doing a fine job with the Seattle Mariners.
Hey, you're shaking the camera.
Zisk, the former Pittsburgh Pirate. I believe he too was once property of the Texas Rangers.
He was once property of quite a few teams.
He was born in Brooklyn and raised in Parsippany.
Oh, hard smash between the legs of Fleury at third. And Gina Walsh, the number 9 hitter, will stay at first with a single.
I'm sure it won't be scored in errors. A shot right through her legs. She was playing very close for the bunt. And it should be ruled a base hit.
I don't think they would call it an error. Sort of they put reaction time into play there.
Well, in any event, there's a runner at first base, and that's bunted on and missed. That's only if they scored a hit, it would be only the 3rd hit off Neal, and if it's scored an error, it'll be the first error on either side.
It looks as though both teams have one major weakness, and that is bunting. The idea of bunting, just let the ball hit the bat, but they're lunging at the ball, and they keep fouling it off.
Swing and a miss.
A couple times they've lunged at the ball, fouled it off. The first time I saw a bunt attempt, it was on the Bell side. The batter moved up to bunt, tried to pull it away, and still ended up fouling it off somehow.
It's possible the batter might still bunt with 2 strikes here. It's a very close game, and you want to get the runner to second base.
The count of no balls and 2 strikes, the catcher goes out to have a word with the pitcher.
I'm sure she told her not to give her a good pitch. Just you have 3 balls to work with right now, and you just don't want her to bunt a good pitch.
Pitch high for a ball. Swing and a miss. So that's the 4th strikeout in the game for Kathy Neal.
Neal has looked very good, striking out 4,
number
giving up only
3,
3
Mary
hits.
Schneider.
And here is Mary Schneider, the number 2 hitter in the Brakettes order. First baseman is moving way up. She is playing for the bunt, actually.
Lisa Wall, the first baseman for the Belles, usually does play very close in, more so than any other first baseman I've seen. Shallow fly caught by the left fielder. The throw in the second, she's out. Fine throw and catch by Robin Ager out in left field.
That was a beautiful play. She moved over, caught the ball, turned around. It was a heads-up base running. Too many times I've seen balls hit very far, and the runner just goes back to first. This time she attempted at least to move on to second base, and the Belles turned over their first double play of the game.
Not picked up the Budweiser Belles schedule.
It was good as a play by the left fielder. Even though she did run over and had her eyes on the ball at all times, she realized there was a runner on first base and the possibility of the runner at first base tagging up.
Yes, well, she did. I don't know if she could see the runner moving up to second base out of the corner of her eye or not, because she was ready to throw as soon as she caught the ball. Again, that's a sign of a good outfielder. When you move in position to get the ball in your throwing arm and release it before you even catch the ball, that's a sign of a good outfielder. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, still no score. In that last inning, there were no runs, 1 hit, a double play, and nobody left on. And the Belles come up now in the bottom of the 6th inning, trying to break the scoreless tie.
I'll bring up Liz O'Connor. She reached on an error both times.
A key plug in this Budweiser Belle team. She does get many clutch hits to win games.
The first in time, shot hit off pitcher Kathy Ronaldo's glove, picked up by the second baseman. Quick underhand toss to first. Just nipped Liz O'Connor. I'm going to bring up Venus Jennings with 1 out and nobody on.
It was a very close play at first base, and if you're scoring, it goes 1-4-3 since it hit the pitcher's glove.
I think she would have had. It would have been an even closer play. Possibly she would have been safe if she didn't have an injury to her leg.
Hard smash, good pickup by the second baseman. 2 down.
Jennings hit that ball hard to the right side. Looked like it was going through the hole, but a nice pickup by the second baseman, moving to the glove side to make the play. 2 outs and nobody out.
She didn't let the ball play her. She played it and handled it well. Swing and a miss by Lisa Wall.
As you can see, both batters have hit the ball very hard, and it's just a little bit of bad luck. They just keep hitting it right at people in this inning.
A lot of backspin on that bunt. Throw to first is in time. And the Belles go down. 3 up, 3 down. Let's see, that's 3, 6, 9. 11 batters in a row retired by Barbara Ronaldo.
Yeah, she had a little trouble early. She got in trouble in the first inning, left runners on second and third. She got in trouble again in the third, but she seemed to have settled down into a good pitching groove, and she has retired the last 11 Belles she's faced. Both sides in the inning, the Brakettes and the Belles, both tried to bunt with 2 outs, bunting for a base hit. Neither side has been successful. We're in the 7th inning now, and we still don't have any score.
Budweiser Belles entertaining the Puerto Rican national team, the JC Dolls, this Sunday night here at Smithfield. JC Dolls are making an East Coast trip, getting into preparation for the Pan American Games.
Go to the top of the 7th. We're through 6 complete innings and no score.
The batter, Chris Donato, takes a pitch for a called strike.
You're right, Rob. Earlier I thought Lisa Wall was moving in for a bunt, but She does play very close, closer than any first baseman that I've seen.
And Frary takes the pop up for out number 1.
It's important to get the leadoff runner out, leadoff batter out,
Now batting
so
the
it
center
doesn't become
fielder,
a
number 8,
leadoff runner.
Pat Duffy.
The percentage, the chances of scoring a run increase by a lot when you have the leadoff runner on base.
Hard smash to Liz O'Connor at second. When she puts away Pat Duffy for the second out of the inning.
Liz O'Connor made a good play on that ball. Kind of fooled her a little bit. It seemed to take some kind of a hop that she didn't handle in her glove, but she stayed in front of it, trapped the ball in her legs, and came on to throw out the run. So now there's 2 outs and nobody on.
And the batter, Sue Cragseth.
Cragseth is 0 for 2.
Hit into a double play in her last time at bat. Takes a pitch low. Hard smash by Joanne Frey. That'll be a fair ball. Deep down the left field corner. Cragseth rounds first. He goes into second with a stand-up double.
That ball was a shot just fair inside the bag past Joanne Ferrari. It went far down the line. I lost the ball on my own sight, but a strong throw by the left fielder got that ball back into the infield, holding her to a double. There's only been 4 hits for the Brakettes, and that is the 3rd double.
Base number 14, Missy Mate.
Tell you, I hate to be the first, and especially the third baseman,
Pitch running,
with
Lisa
the smashes
Murphy.
that are hit. I guess that's why they call it the hot corner.
Yeah, you have to have good reflexes to play first base. A lot of times the balls hit hard right at you, and you really have to be alert. Otherwise, you won't be able to stand up.
So a 2-out double by Sue Cragseth, and that'll bring up Missy Mapes. Line drive caught by Liz O'Connor at second for the final out of the inning. So Raybestos goes down in the top half of the 7th, and the score after 6.5. Still scoreless between the Belles and the Brakettes.
But she seemed to be jammed on that pitch or something. She did get a good part of the bat on it and lined it to the opposite field, but luckily for the Belles that Liz O'Connor was right there and made the catch. So fasten your seatbelts because we're going to the bottom of the 7th inning and we're still scoreless.
Sorry to say, I usually don't put my seatbelts on, but something I'm sure you'll help me correct.
Considering we don't have seatbelts, it makes it a little easier to decide, right? Where's
Leading
Al?
off for the
Where
Belles,
did
the
Al go? Have you
pitcher,
seen
number
him?
12, Kathy Neal.
I don't know, Al just up and left. I don't know where he went. Actually, Doug, I do have seatbelts here.
You do? We are inside the video on the go van. Rob-
Inside looking out.
Yes, inside looking out.
Looking at Linda Hester make a fool of us. No. Ooh, good play by the second baseman as it took a bad hop and almost went over her head.
She hit that ball hard, and
Now
because we do
batting
have
back
natural
base
grass and
number
dirt
9,
here,
Joanne Ferrari.
and the ball just
Playing
seemed to
left
take a
field
tricky
for
hop,
Raybestos
which
now
she handled
is
and threw out
Gina
Neal, so it's
Vecchione.
1 out.
Guess this isn't an artificial dirt infield.
I guess not. I haven't seen the place with artificial dirt. Here's Al.
One out here in the bottom of the 7th. Joanne Ferrari hits one into center field and played perfectly by Pat Duffy. Only had to take a couple steps to catch it. 2 down.
Yeah,
Now
that ball
batting
was
the catcher,
lined
number
out to
5,
center field. She
Luann
moved in,
Florenzi.
took a couple steps to her right, and made a perfect two-handed catch. So now there's 2 outs and nobody on, and there's a good chance that we'll see extra innings here at Smithfield.
Very good chance. Going outside, ball 2. Ball 1. It counts 1-1. Sorry. Hit into straightaway left field for out number 3.
So we're going to see extra innings here at Smithfield. The Belles and the Brakettes going into extra innings.
The Belles have been hitting the ball harder with the Brakettes pitcher. She is slowing down, and they are getting the ball in the air more. Just not connecting too solidly.
That was the voice of Al Friedman, who found his way back to the van.
A strong wind is going to suck you into Burger King, huh? Yeah? But we're dedicated in here, Doug.
Yes, that's right, Rob.
Rob, you ever get your car towed away lately?
Well, I can't say I have. Have you done?
Well, considering I don't drive, it makes it a little easier. My car has not been towed away. I don't own a car.
Would you mind a scan of the crowd?
It's good to hear, Doug.
Leading off the Raybestos playing.
But I'm sure if you did have one, it wouldn't be towed away anyway, right?
No, Rob, I know where to park. I read. Scoreless tie, and Kathy Neal starting her 8th inning of work.
I must say there weren't any no parking signs there, Doug. Wasn't my fault. Didn't get towed away anyway. Base hit in the gap in right center. Shoemaker round second. She might have had triple there. She did that back in the second inning when she had a double and she stayed there, but I think she had a better chance getting a triple this time, Doug.
Yeah, she did. The ball took off the bat pretty well. Went into right field. 2 outfielders gave chase, and again a strong throw back into the infield, holding the runner at second base. That, I believe, is the 4th double of the game for the Brakettes, and all of them have been stranded at second base.
So that brings up Allison Rowe in the top of the 8th. We're in extra innings with nobody out, and a runner at second base. Pitch high for a ball.
The count is 1-1. Both teams tonight lacking the timely hitting. Both have stranded a good number of runners.
Pop fly behind the plate, caught by catcher Luann Frenzy for the first out of the inning, and that was a big out there.
Yeah, it is. You don't like to have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. You really don't like to have her there with, well, you don't want her there at all. But the out certainly does help.
Will was the number 8 hitter. Might think they would have wanted to bunt there, but
you would think they'd want to bunt. Push a bunt up the first base side. Even this way, if they get her at first base, the runner moves to third. And when you have a runner at third with less than 2 outs, it's very easy to bring her home.
It's very difficult to play this for Joanne Ferreri. She has to guard against a bunt on the third baseline. But yet, in case there's a steal at third base, she has to get back to third base.
high chopper goes into left field. Frenzy, or rather Egerter in left field, blocks the ball. keeps it in front of her. The run would not have scored anyway, but
Yeah, the infield, or rather the outfield, was in on that play. This way, if a base hit goes to the outfield, they can get a throw to the plate and get the runner at the plate.
Bell's in a jam right now. Runners at first and third, one out. Batter Jackie Gore. That was Gina Walsh before, who just got the base hit. And the pitch by Kathy Neal, fouled back.
Neal has 4 strikeouts, and if she can get one here, it will be very big, because there's a runner on third and only 1 out.
Wall and Ferrari in at first and third. Fly into left field, and it's caught for the out, so the Bells get out of a jam there.
Oh, that was a big pair of pitches there by Kathy Neal. There was runners on first and third, and she got 2 batters to pop out into short left field. So now we go to the bottom of the 8th, still scoreless. What else can I say?
Get back to that last inning for the Bells. Runners at first and third. The outfield playing shallow. Robin Eggeter out in left field. Caught the ball right where the infield meets the outfield, right at the grass. Good job to hold the runner. Then Kathy Nails, all she had to do then was just get the next batter. And she did.
Yeah, she got them both on pop-ups. She seemed to get the pitch in around the handle of the bat, and that's where the ball was hit, off the handle of the bat. And that's how you pop-up hitters, you jam them. So now we're in the bottom of the 8th.
Still no score. Batter Donna Griffin takes a strike. Pop out of play. Count 0-2.
The pop-ups hit in the last inning were easier to see. When the game started, it was around 7 o'clock and the sun was still up. But now the sun is going down a little bit. We're playing with the lights, and it's easier to see a pop-up in the air.
Over to first in time for first out of the inning. It's kind of hard to see those pop-ups on the ground, too, though.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 4, Shirley Potowski.
And a second baseman catches the shallow pop of Sherry Popowski. 2 quick outs.
There's a soft line drive going towards the middle.
Now
It
batting
seemed kind of
left fielder,
funny.
number 6,
The
Robin
center fielder,
Eggeter.
the second base. I heard about 4 people on the defense calling "I got it." Seemed to be in chorus, but the second baseman, the only one with any kind of chance, and she made the play. So there's 2 outs, and that first pitch was a strike. No balls and 1 strike.
To Robin Eggeter. Slow grounder. And all 3 putouts by the second baseman this inning. So a lot of work for Allison Rue.
Yeah, the Bells go down 1-2-3 in the inning. Every ball was hit Allison Rue.
Left fielder, number 11, Gina.
So we go into the top of the 9th inning.
As I was saying, the second baseman in that last inning had 2 assists and 1 putout.
We don't go too far. My scorecard only goes up to 12.
Don't have too much tape left here either at Video on the Go.
And a pass to Chris Donato. Hit foul. Kathy Neal still pitching.
That ball was retrieved by a fan down there on the left field side. The bleachers are packed, and there are fans, I guess you could see it in your picture, fans lined all the way up the left field side.
count 2-1 to Chris Donato. And it's popped up to Joanne Ferrari at third, and she puts it away for out number 1.
One out in the top of the ninth.
Now batting the center fielder.
Sure, that was a
number
pinch
8,
hitter there.
Duffy.
Number 11, Gina Vecchione. I believe she is a local product. Not sure. Could have swore I read her name in the paper.
I read Ron Say's name in the paper last week too, but he's not a local product.
I think it's coming back to me. I think she was on the Division III national champions, along with, and named All America, with Beth Tuddy who previously played at Parsippany Hills. Swing and a miss.
Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Grounder foul. Pat Duffy, the batter. She hits a 2-2 pitch to short. Long throw in time.
2 down and nobody on base here in the ninth inning.
Good play by the shortstop. She went in the hole, made a long throw to first base, and right now the Budweiser Belle infield's pretty tight.
Batter now Sue Kragseth.
She doubled and hit into a double play in her previous times at the plate.
Sorry to correct you, Doug, but she doubled and lined out.
Thank you, Rob.
Don't want to confuse the fans. She hits one high and deep. Into the marshland where they were supposed to put new parking lots, but haven't quite yet.
Surprised you haven't parked there, Rob.
And let's go out for out number 3. Just for that, I think I will.
Off.
We're going to the bottom of the 9th inning. Regulation is 7, so we're obviously in extra innings.
Considering we're going 9 innings, this has been a rather short game. There's no scoring.
Hard smash back to Barbara Ronaldo. Goes over to first in time for the first out. Bells have hit the hard ball. No, they hit the ball hard, but have not been getting anything out of it.
No, they've been hitting it to hard luck. There's a shot up the middle, hit the pitcher's glove, wound up put out by the second baseman, assist by a second baseman. Another shot right at the second baseman. Again, they've been hitting the ball hard, but it's either foul or right at somebody. And there's a ball. Again.
Grounder's second. Over to first in time for out number 2.
2 outs and nobody on, and we could be looking at a 10th inning. That's extra innings for the major leagues.
Now batting clean first base, number 13, Lisa Wall.
Lisa Wall, the batter. 1 for 3. Base hit back in the first inning. Takes a strike.
Two balls and 1 strike is the count to Lisa Wall.
Swing and a miss. 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Scoreless game. We're in the bottom of the 9th inning. Extra innings here at Smithfield in Parsippany.
Didn't miss by much. Count full now. High chopper over the third baseman's head and out into left field for a base hit. So with 2 outs, the Belles start something here with Lisa Wall getting a hit, her second of the game. She's 2 for 4.
Now batting
She
the
hit down
pitcher,
on that
number
ball.
12, Kathy
Hit
Neal.
something, just hit the ground. Went over the third baseman's head. Rolled. The third baseman was playing in. Went over her head. Rolled down the left field line. The shortstop couldn't reach it, and she's on with a 2-out single in the 9th. First pitch is a strike.
Kathy Neal 0 for 3. Takes a pitch outside. Slow ground to the third. Bobbled by the third baseman. And nobody covering third, so Lisa Wall heads up base running, goes in the third back.
Joel Ferrari coming up the bat. She's known for playing under pressure. She comes through. She's played she's won the Morris County tournament 3 times pitching. She's won the state tournament for Parsippany Hills twice, so she's no newcomer to pressure.
She won the game, the first county tournament. The Vikings have won 3 in a row in softball. She won the first one with a base hit in the last at bat for the Vikings.
Yeah, she did. On that last play, we've been saying the Brakettes have been playing good defense. Well, there was a momentary lapse that time. No one covering third, and now there's a runner on third with 2 outs.
Bottom of the 9th, runners at first and third, 2 outs. Joanne Ferrari, the batter. Chance to win it for the Belles. Takes a pitch outside.
Pinch running for Kathy Neal, number 22, Denise Stanek.
Denise Stanek, pinch running for Kathy Neal, the pitcher. Rob, are they allowed to bring Kathy Neal back in?
I would think so. Why you would want to pinch run for her? Her run doesn't really mean anything unless they just want to keep her warming up on the sidelines. And a pitch to Frey, low and in the dirt. And they just let pinch runner go into second base there. Don't want to have any throws go down there.
Well, the idea of that play was to get the catcher to throw down to first base or second base and get into a pickoff play and get the rush from third to score.
And the pitch. Oh, just missed getting a hit there for Joanne Ferrari. Hit in the shallow center. Caught by the center fielder, Pat Duffy, for the final out. Oh, nope. We go into the 10th inning now. Leading off for Raybestos will be Missy Mapes, followed by Diane Shoemaker and Allison Wood.
Well, we're in the 10th inning now, a scheduled 7-inning game, extra innings. It's the first game of a scheduled doubleheader, so there are going to be some tired players by the time they're finished tonight. We're only bringing you the first game.
Grounder back to the mound. Kathy Neal puts her away for out number 1.
As you can see, they brought the pitcher back into the game. It's a role commonly used in high school, baseball and softball, that you can't substitute for a player one time and bring the player back in. But the substitute cannot come back into the game once they have left it.
Diane Shoemaker, the batter. She was doubled twice and hit into a double play. Now she takes a called strike.
One out, nobody on. We're in the top of the 10th inning.
And a base hit in the center, picked up by Venus Jennings. So 1 on, 1 out.
Now batting playing second base.
Bells will be looking for the double play here. You don't want any, you don't want to take too much time. Neal's thrown a lot of pitches. Both pitchers have. And you want a double play, get out of this inning very fast.
Allison Rue up for the Brakettes. She takes a pitch inside.
Hey, Rob, how long do you think this will last?
I have no idea, Doug. There have been some good scoring chances, though, so it could end soon. And here's one now as shot hit off the top of Joanne Ferry's glove as she lunged for it. And runners at first and second now with 1 out.
The thing was, the base hit to left field which prevented the runner advancing to third.
That'll bring up Gina Walsh.
Small conference on the mound. They're back to their positions, and Neal is ready with the next pitch.
Count 0-1 to Gina Walsh. And the pitch by Kathy Neal. In the center field for a base hit. Good strong throw by Venus Jennings, and the bases are loaded. That pitch, Doug, I just noticed the pitches that the Raybestos batters were swinging at and striking out, the pitch that was high, they're now swinging down on and subsequently getting for base hit.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 7.
They've been seeing those pitches for 10 innings, and after
Made the adjustments.
when you see that pitch for 10 innings, you kind of adjust and you learn how to hit the ball, and you stop striking out. Now they have 2 runners on.
Bases loaded, Doug.
Yeah, well, thank you, Rob. That increases my point. We have the bases loaded and still 1 person out.
And another base hit down the right field line. 1 run is home. And that's all we're going to get, but the leadoff batter, Jackie Gaw, with an RBI single. And the bases are still loaded with 1 out. And Raybestos leads 1-0.
Yeah, Gaw got around on that pitch, pulled it down the right field line. And, a strong throw prevented 2 runs from scoring, but the main point about that play was that the first run of the ball game comes home, and in the top of the 10th inning, that's important.
They're home for 1, back to first, not in time. So they do get 1 out at the plate, and there's 2 outs now with the bases loaded. So it looked like the Bells had a chance to win it last inning, came close to doing it. Now they're going to have to battle back and win it.
Now batting
Or at least tie it up with a run.
Yeah, they need a rally. Both pitchers, I would say, at this point are getting tired. I don't know about the fielders, but the pitchers definitely are getting tired by this point.
How about you, Doug? You getting tired?
Not really.
And that's out number 3. That is Mary Snyder.
the catcher, Luann Ferenczi, leads off for the Budweiser Belles. They need a rally now. They have to get 1 to tie and 2 to win, and none to lose.
Grounded to third. She waited a long time before throwing it, but she gets the out.
Where the game's going, you know, the Brakettes have been getting most of the
Now
breaks.
batting the
As you
right
can see,
fielder, number 16.
most of their hits to third base are going over the third baseman's head. Instead, the Belles are just hitting right at the third baseman.
That brings up Donna Griffin.
Excuse me.
Well, most of the Belles hits have been hard hit ground balls. The Brakettes, they've been hitting some bad hops and just placing the ball right, if nothing else.
Tried to bunt it. Went back to the screen.
The pitcher seems to be holding it.
She's all right now, though. Grounded to third. And that's 2 down. So Kathy Aronson, sitting on the bench, prematurely got up to congratulate
Now batting the designated
pitcher
hitter,
Barbara
number 4,
Rinaldi.
Sherry
But there are only 2 outs. And Sherry Popowski is the batter net for the Belles.
Kopasky got a hit. No, she drew a walk earlier and wound up on second or third base.
Just outside. And a grounder to second. Over first in time, and the ball game's over.
Score Raybestos 1, the Budweiser Belles.
So, Doug, your final thoughts on the game today?
Well, the Belles had a lot of opportunities to score.
Fade
They
out.
left runners on second and third in the first inning. They left runners on first and second in the third inning. There's not really much to say. They didn't have the timely hitting. They had...
And the losing pitcher for Budweiser Belles is Kathy Neal. So that's it here from Smithfield B in Parsippany. Final score once again, the Raybestos Brakettes from Connecticut 1, and the Budweiser Belles from Parsippany 0 in 10 innings. So for Al Friedman and Doug Basile, thanks to our producer Linda Hester, and whoever, this is Rob Tanner saying so long. Good night, everybody.